Hello, my name's Adam Hills. Welcome to a very specky Christmas, an hour-long Yuletide edition of Spicks and Specks. Tonight, two teams of music lovers don their gay apparel and find out who knows the most about Christmas music. Our first team captain is making a list and checking it twice. He's trying to find out who's naughty or nice. He's actor and comedian Alan Bro.
Hi. Thank you.
Alan's first guest is an accomplished actress and singer who has performed at 7 carols in the Domain and has just recorded her debut album. Please welcome Belinda Emmett.
It's been a while.
Alan's final team member is our own little Christmas cracker. Pull him at each end and a crap joke will fall out.
And a hat.
It's comedian Hamish Blake.
Feel free to pull.
Our second team captain knows when you're sleeping, she knows when you're awake. She knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. It's Triple J's own Miff Warhurst. Miff's first guest tonight is one of Australia's best-loved performers and the only member of the panel to have released his own Christmas album. Please welcome James Morrison.
I didn't know you had one of those. You must be the one. Oh, yes.
Miff's final guest is only here because his wife's on the opposing team and she wouldn't do the show unless we let him on. He's an up-and-coming comedian and we think he's going to go far. He's Rove McManus.
Good luck, all. Good luck. Good luck.
Now, Rove and Belinda, you guys actually play Spicks and Specks at home every Wednesday night, don't you?
Yes.
Who wins?
Oh.
It depends what the category
It does.
is.
See, I'm good with the retro stuff. I'm what's classed as a bit of a dag, basically. So I'm good with that. He's good with the serial killer stuff.
Yeah, we haven't... Don't do that segment so much anymore. Singer or serial killer, I was very good at
He
that.
was very good at that.
Right, let's get stuck in the show. Oh, and before we go, by the way, Rove, my mum says hi.
Thank goodness, finally. I can stop saying it now. Good.
Now, it's a Christmas extravaganza tonight with more guests and more games than we've ever had before, so we've employed a couple of helpers to get us through the night. Please welcome the Spicks and Specks Christmas elves, comedian Scott Edgar and pianist Simon Tedeschi.
Lovely, wonderful.
How have things been going in the workshop this year?
Well, I think this pretty much answers your question.
When they said elf, I was thinking more of an Orlando Bloom sort of look.
Right, let's get stuck into the show. For the first round of Christmas, my true love gave to me a game called Know Your Product. You've got 4 topics to choose from tonight. They are Christmas music, music of Christmas, music for Christmas, and songs of December 25th. You know what, I might just make an executive decision and go with Christmas music. How's that for everyone?
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Hands on your buzzers. All right. Let's play a very specky Christmas. Your first question for 1 point. Which city is credited as holding the first official carols by candlelight in 1938?
New York City?
Don't say New York City because it might not be.
Do you think it might
We should discuss it quickly.
They love the Christmas there.
They do love Christmas
Christmas
there.
is big
Wreaths
because it's
and
snows
things.
and everything.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
New York City, I think.
The correct answer was Melbourne.
Oh, really?
Oh, someone in the audience. Oh, yes! You're like that person who, when you're playing Trivial Pursuit, you're not playing. You just hover around the room going, that is so easy. I know that one.
That's actually my grandma, so... Thank you, Nurse. Well done. Well done. Do we get that point? Because retrospectively, she did know it.
That's actually your grandma?
That's actually my grandma.
Wow. What's in your genes?
It's a very personal question.
It doesn't
No, I
matter what
don't
she's
mean...
got
I
in
mean...
genes.
If I had to guess, some sugars that you nicked from a coffee shop.
A hanky tucked up in there. Tissue, there'd
A
be a
hanky
tissue.
that
a
will be
tissue.
smeared on my face, you know, in any points I get makeup anywhere.
And what's your name?
Moose?
Moose?
Well, her nickname's Moosey. I don't know why. I didn't actually expect this to happen, I'll be honest.
That is actually your grandma.
That is my grandma.
Become a very family Christmas now. Right, for 2 points. Watch this clip from Bing Crosby's Merry Old Christmas Special. Your question is, this is a medley of which 2 songs? Yes.
Little Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer Boy.
Yep, that's one of them.
I couldn't. The other one was.
Sure, it was 2.
Yes.
It couldn't be a medley of one song. It could be around. Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
Okay, so it was Little Drummer Boy and Under Pressure with Queen.
That classic Christmas tune.
Yes.
The 2 songs were Little Drummer Boy and Peace on Earth, which was a song that was
I
actually
knew
written
that.
specifically for David Bowie because he didn't think Little Drummer Boy suited his voice.
Oh, okay.
For 3 points, name the 3 Christmas recordings that were released by former members of the Beatles. Yes.
One was So This Is Christmas, John Lennon.
I need the actual name of that.
The War Is Over.
War is over.
That's pretty close. It's Happy Christmas, War is Over, so there's a point.
Did Ringo Starr do one for Thomas the Tank Engine or
Ringo
something?
Starr did a whole album of Christmas songs called something along the lines of I Want to Be Santa Claus, but there might be a song on
What was it called, Miff?
I Want to Be Santa Claus, Ringo Starr.
That's exactly right.
There we go.
Nice.
There's one more song.
That'd have to be Paul McCartney, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I can't think of one that he's done.
I'm going to throw it over.
Don't have to.
Either Hari Christmas by George Harrison or
Oh, that's good.
A Christmas Time Hymn by Paul McCartney.
No, no one's
He's
got
got
it.
options.
The song I was looking for was Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney.
Having a wonderful
Christmas time.
And that's pretty much the song for 3 minutes.
Finally, worth 4 points. Have a listen to these 4 Australian Christmas songs and name the artists responsible for each one.
Who's gonna make the gravy? 6 white boomers, snow white boomers. I wanna rockin' Christmas.
Yes, Miff
One
James
was
wrote.
definitely Rolf Harris, Six
Yep.
White Boomers.
Certainly was.
Paul Kelly.
Paul Kelly was
Who's
in
gonna
there.
make
Paul
the
Kelly
gravy?
had How to Make Gravy. Yep.
Yep.
AC/DC.
One sounded like AC/DC.
Yeah, it was.
The second one?
AC/DC was in there, yes.
Yeah.
3
Good.
points. Does anyone want to have a guess at the last group there?
No.
It was Old 55 Rockin' Christmas.
Just because everyone else did it. Oh, no.
It was 6 White Boomers, Rolf Harris, How to Make Gravy, Paul Kelly, the very moving Mistress for Christmas by AC/DC, and Rockin' Christmas by Old 55. So we started talking about carols by candlelight. You've performed at, what, 7 carols in the domain?
7. I
What's-
think. It might be 8, but I think it's about 7.
What's it like being up there and just looking out on a whole stack of people with candles and everything?
It's pretty amazing, and you sort of got these little kids that sort of look up with their candles, but the rest is just a sea of lights. You can't see anybody, so it's pretty amazing.
And just to recap, the first official Carols by Candlelight came about when a Melbourne radio announcer by the name of Norman Banks was walking home during the Christmas of 1937. Apparently he noticed an elderly lady sitting by her window singing along to Christmas carols on the radio, holding a candle in front of her. And thus the idea for Carols by Candlelight was born.
That doesn't count if you just see someone holding a candle.
No, but
you have to organise it.
Then, the following year, he organised Carols by
Okay,
Candlelight.
gotcha, yeah.
It's actually a good thing.
Because I was going to say, I was just sitting in a field playing guitar, and that's how Woodstock started.
Did he organise it at that old lady's house?
No.
Did he just bowl up with Ray Martin and a bunch of people and just go, we're here?
Have you got any more candles?
It was lucky he wasn't half an hour later, or every year Ray Martin would be hosting Sleeping Old Lady on Fire live from Sydney. Alrighty, at the end of the first round, wow, Alan, Belinda and Hamish managed a whole point.
Oh, yay!
Miff, James and Rove managed a whole 5 points. Right, the second round of Christmas is called So Mix and Match a Lot. Each team will be presented with 3 artists and 3 different Christmas presents. You have to match the artist to the Christmas present they'll be receiving this year. But of course, there's only one person in the world who knows what everyone's getting this Christmas. Santa's here! Hi, Hi, Santa.
How are you?
How was the trip down from the North Pole?
It was very good, very good.
Were you in economy?
Yes, unfortunately. It's been a bad year. Economy.
And by the look of you, we found an answer to the question, does Santa drink all the beer that people leave out for him?
What?
It's a no!
Right, Alan, Belinda and Hamish, let's welcome your musicians to the studio. First up, it's Australian Idol winner Casey Donovan. Your second artist is one of Australia's favourite sax players. It's Wilbur Wilde. And finally, the lycra-wearing lead singer of 80s sensations Uncanny X-Men, Brian Mannix. Your job tonight is to match these guys with the Christmas presents they will be receiving this year, which are a shark hunting trip, a tabletop soccer game, and a football jumper. Now, this is all genuine. We've spoken with Santa. He told us ahead of time what these people are receiving for Christmas this year. You are allowed to ask one question to each of these people, but remember, they don't know what they're getting yet either.
So we're allowed to ask them one question. They have no idea how to answer it, and yet we will use that to make our answer.
And then when we do find out at the end of the game, we're spoiling their Christmas surprise.
That's pretty much the point of the show.
Sorry, guys.
Don't worry, guys. When you watch this, when you watch it on TV, you'll have that little thing. If you don't want to know what you're getting for Christmas, tune out now. We can do it.
Can I ask you a question, Wilbur?
Certainly, Al.
Do you or any members of your family think it's okay to kill animals for sport?
Are bilbies animals?
Does that help?
The jury will scribble that down.
But can I give you another clue? I asked Mum for a cowboy outfit for Christmas, and she bought me Channel 7. But that's another thing. Is that a sort of thing? Does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Good.
Okay, my question is for Casey. I just want to know if you barrack for a football team, and if so, you are such a supporter that you would wear a football jersey. And basically, are you getting a football jersey for Christmas?
Well, in Sydney, I follow the NRL, so the Sydney Roosters are a pretty good team. Yeah.
All right.
Likes roosters.
Right.
Well, I guess I'm off with you, Bri. I wanted you anyway. Any question? We just ask any question.
Yep.
Have you ever kissed a bloke? If yes, discuss.
Can I take the dare instead? No, I haven't.
$50 in it if you kiss Wilbur.
No, I haven't. I'm not that desperate for bucks. But, I haven't, but I'm keen to try, and you're doing it for me. I'm.
Oh, right. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
I've got a bit of a kick. No.
So good. All right.
Virtue days.
If my girlfriend's watching this, sorry, honey, but you are short and blonde, so if anyone asks, I thought it was her.
Knock yourselves out, boys.
Well done.
Well, that's cool. What was that? The open hand stuff.
Hey, Mitch, come here. I'll show you what a kiss is.
No time. And now our team's on 25 points. All right. Thank you very much.
I don't think any of us are actually better off after those questions, really. I think we...
I'm better
none the
off after
wiser.
that.
Except for you, Brian, yes. Well, I'm thinking that Casey's probably with the jumper.
So, Casey with the football. Could you put the football jersey in front of Casey, please, Elf?
I have a name.
I'm not going to call you Legolas, no matter how much you ask me to.
I reckon Brian smells a bit of fish on him. I reckon shark hunting.
How's this? It's hard to concentrate. I have a very hot head.
Do you reckon that's the answer?
I think that's the answer.
Okay, well, our answer is, as shown here, Casey with the football jumpers.
Yep.
Brian with the men who can hold a shark up with one hand.
It's a big shark.
And Wilbur with the foosball, the table soccer.
Yeah, right.
Let's find out how close you were. Would each guest please open their present?
Okay, right.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right.
Yes.
You're hunting sharks. I've got a little bit of action going here. All right. And no spinning.
I thought that was a fishing rod using Oompa Loompas for bait. But...
It's just a socceroo kebab.
Would you please thank Casey Donovan, Wilbur Wild and Brian Mannix. Myth, James and Rove. Let's meet your musicians. They are opera singer and burlesque performer Ali McGregor. The Master of Masters Apprentices, Jim Keys. And the Mistress of Killing Heidi, Ella Hooper. Now, you have to match them with the Christmas presents they're receiving this year, which are contact lenses, watercolour paints, and a subscription to a DIY magazine. Now, you've got one question to each of these people, again, who don't know what they're receiving for Christmas this year.
Okay. My question is for Ella. Ella, I'm thinking DIY. Have you ever in your time donned a tool belt?
Well, unless it was for fashion back, in the kind of early rave scene, that was quite a cute skirt accessory, but no, not practically. Not as, just fashion accessory, not the real deal.
No tool belt.
No tool belt.
Okay.
Next question.
Ali, would you paint me in the Archibald?
I could.
You could.
Right, probably a little more abstract than the rest of the entries, but I could.
You could.
Nude? Oh, please. With the trumpet.
Okay, Jim, let me think. Can you read this?
No, I can read that.
So can you read this?
No problems, mate.
So can you read that?
Hang on.
No, I can't, Rove.
Okay. The defence rests. So, I suspect Colonel Mustard.
We need to move a few things around. Simon, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Up you
I'm
get.
not going to do too much schlepping around it.
You'll do as you're told, elf.
Put the paints with Ali, because she said she would paint me.
Yes, she would.
And she'd be nude while she did it.
So I say give her the present.
Yeah.
Give her that present.
Give her the paints.
Please be right. Please be right.
I've got a feeling that you've got a touch of you don't mind a bit of knitting, Ella. What do you reckon, guys?
Should we try the DIY, whatever that says, in front of...
Three prices right. Swap them round.
Yeah, swap
them round.
I just don't see why he'd be getting contacts if he's already got
No,
glasses.
I don't see why he would either.
I think Ella's going to have the contacts and
I'm
she's
happy
gonna,
where we
change
are.
the colour of her eyes
For
or
the
something.
record, I'm happy where we
Are you? Oh, no, well,
team
don't let
leader,
me...
your decision.
I think Ella has the watercolours, but that's totally different.
Oh, God! This is never going to end.
Actually,
Don't ask me to make a decision on something like this. I can't buy my family presents.
The DIY can go with Jim, the contacts go with Ali, and the paints go with Ella.
Swap it round. Let's go with
Yeah,
that.
that's what it is.
Simon,
Does this constitute schlepping, Simon?
What do you think?
I think we're happy with that.
Yep, you happy with that?
Fine.
Are you happy with that, Ro?
Not particularly. I liked it where we initially had it going paints, DIY, eyeball.
Wait a minute.
One more. We'll put the paints back and we'll put the eyeball there with Ella.
Do that, but put the eyeball down there and put the DIY in the middle.
I'm making an executive decision. We're not having it anymore.
Okay.
So you're saying that Ali McGregor has got watercolour paints. You're saying Ella Hooper is getting a subscription to a DIY magazine, and you're saying Jim Keys is getting contact lenses.
Well, I'm not saying that, but you're making us, so all right.
None of us are going to agree.
Right, everyone, open your prezzies, please.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
You guys got...
Perfect.
Nice.
A
As you can see, Ali McGregor is getting a subscription to a DIY magazine. Ella, contact lenses, and Jim Keys is getting the watercolour paints. You got absolutely nothing right.
Do you know what's funny about that, though? We tried a lot of combinations. That's the only one we didn't try.
Would you please thank Ella Hooper, Jim Keys and Ali McGregor. Right, after that round, let's do a bit of a score check. Alan, Belinda and Hamish have come up to 4 points, but they're still behind Miff, James and Rove on 5 points.
No, that's good. Very good. Yeah. We're coming for you.
Alrighty, the third round of Christmas is Name That Tune. Really easy. We're just going to play some Christmas tunes. I want you guys to buzz in when you know the name of the song. But, in keeping with the Christmas theme, tonight, the tunes will be played by members of the Salvation Army Band. Let's hear it for the Salvation Army Band. Salvos, can we hear the first song, please? Teams, buzz in when you know it.
It was Last Christmas by Wham.
It was Last Christmas by Wham. Well done.
I was waiting for them to sort of whack out some Christmas carols and stuff. I didn't know they were going to pull out some Wham.
Song 2, please, Salvos. Alan, Belinda and Hamish, what was it?
You were singing.
Christmas and
You have no idea.
Oh, we do.
That's
It's so happy Christmas to you, or happy Christmas, so happy Christmas, baby.
It was Merry Christmas, Everybody by Slade. No points for anyone on that one, I'm afraid. Final song, please, Salvos. James and Rove, what was that song?
I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus.
It was I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus by Jimmy Boyd. Well done. Would you please thank the Salvation Army Band, everyone? Thank you, Salvos. Merry Christmas to you. Now, Alan, I didn't want to bring this up earlier. We had the Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
And I know you've had a bit of a trauma with that particular song. Would you like to tell us all about it?
Go on, Alan.
Well, I've never told anyone this before. Well, I have. But, no, my first ever gig was at kindergarten when I was about 3.5 years old. And we were performing The Little Drummer Boy, and I played The Little Drummer Boy. And all I had to do was stand in front of the choir singing The Little Drummer Boy, and at the psychological moment, play the drums. But I was standing there waiting, and I saw my parents walk in, and I waved at them, and they waved back, and I thought, I'll just go and see them for a sec. So I wandered through the crowd and I went, hey, how do you reckon it's going so far? Then there was a deafening silence, and I realised that where there should be pum from me, there was nout. And I just burst into tears and ran out of the kindergarten into the street, dressed as a drummer boy with a drum on, which would now just send people into paroxysm seeing a little boy. And yeah, so it was awful. And I've never drummed since. Or worn an outfit of a little drummer boy.
You look good, though.
Thank
you.
you.
But if you did have that outfit still, people would think you're like a really cool guy because everything you said would be suspenseful. What would you like, mate? Cappuccino. Oh, good. He's good. Everything he says is amazing.
If I still had that outfit today, 99% of my body would be showing. And that would be suspenseful because people would be going, when's the final bit going to pop out? Take your coffee and go.
Right, at the end of that round, let's have a look at the scores. Alan, Belinda and Hamish are on 5 points. Miff, James and Rove out in front still on 6 points. The fourth round of Christmas is called Missile Toss. Here's what's happened. Santa has sadly hurt his back. And he's not allowed to climb down the chimney in accordance with, and wait for this one, the Occupational Health and Safety Act. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Watch and learn, Rove. Watch and learn. So basically, Santa's going to need some help delivering his presents. Here's how it's going to work. Each team will have to come over to this wheelbarrow full of CDs. They're all Brian Cadd CDs.
He's a very talented young man, I think. Very talented.
Grab a CD, you can't go past this line here. You have to toss it down the chimney. OK, our elves will be counting the CDs. You're going to point...
get helmets or some sort of face plate of some kind?
You're magical. You'll deal with it.
Santa, if you could be the timekeeper, please. 30 seconds on the clock for everybody.
Absolutely.
Miff, James and Rove, you can start first. Would you like to make your way up to the wheelbarrow? 1 point for each CD you get through. Your time starts now.
Is there a line? Is there a line?
Oh, this really is dangerous.
I like that. Hey! All right, here we go.
We have an elf down! We have an elf down!
James Morrison. Oh, come on! Yes! You're all aiming
Please let it be over. Good evening and welcome to We Really Should Have Thought That Through.
Can you imagine this family waking up and going, what has been going on here last night?
If you guys would like to have a seat while the elves tally up.
Who's Brian Cadd?
What a way to hand in your resignation.
We've counted and it's actually 11 CDs.
11 points. Nice work. Well done, Nick, James and Rose. Alan, Belinda and Hamish, you're up next if you'd like to make your way up to the wheelbarrow, please. Let's see if we can't draw blood with this go.
So right.
So I was going to say, I think I might have a joke that could top the elf and safety laws.
Really?
I mean, I don't want to brag or anything. Hope the guy living in the house doesn't turn the fire on. So that's burning CDs, which is illegal. Thank you. Christmas CD of stand-up comedy out now.
Hang on, CDs in the wheelbarrow before we start. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
God, it's like Christmas sales.
This is like Kosovo.
Blitzkrieg. Wow. Oh, that's good.
Brian Cadd is bringing the house down.
Go in!
Ninja stuff. He stole that from me. He stole that from me.
Quickly, what are you doing, Hamish?
Look at how systematic Melanie.
That was so spectacular. What are you doing, Hamish?
Mum, Dad, brother, sister. All big fans. They'll love it. They will love them.
While the elves tally up how many CDs actually made it down the chimney, let's have a look at that back in slow motion via chimney cam. I can see Hamish actually stuffing them down his pants there. And then the blitz bombing. Fantastic. Like your work there. All right, let's have a check. Elves, how many made it through?
We've already worked it out. Magical powers, 20.
20?
20 CDs. Well done.
When they say we tallied by magical powers, do they mean we guessed?
Yes, that's a kind of magic, in a way. Now, James, you actually, we mentioned before, you did have your own Christmas CD at one point, which I believe was called This Is Christmas.
Yes, we worked on the name for quite some time.
Now, and it came with two covers. It was released with two different covers.
It was released originally with a certain cover that was thought after a while perhaps to be inappropriate for an artist of my calibre. And so we redid the cover with something more appropriate.
OK, well, let's have a look at the first cover. Which is clearly you in front of a green curtain. And I can tell that because you've actually got the curtain cord wrapped around your tummy.
Yes.
So then you went away,
yeah,
got a little bit of money together,
yes,
and came up with this.
Now, see, that's better. Yeah, although the trouble was we couldn't find somewhere to shoot it with that sunset other than there, and it took so long to set it up, you can see the tides come in.
Never mind that. What's holding up the trumpet?
Let's check the scores after that round. Miff, James and Rover on 17 points. Alan, Belinda and Hamish have hit the front with 25 points.
All right.
The fifth round of Christmas is called Mondegreens.
Yes.
I will be reading out a misheard lyric, which is also known as a Mondegreen. You have to buzz in and tell me the Christmas song that the correct lyric is from. Get dressed, you married gentlemen.
God rest ye merry gentlemen.
Exactly, well done, Al. Godfrey Winston's car backed out.
Good King Wenceslas lass.
Yeah.
Looked out.
The rest of that was Godfrey Winston's car backed out on the feet of heathens.
He did hate heathens.
Serves him right.
He did hate them.
Mondegreen number 3. Police have a dog.
Feliz Navidad.
Well done, Al. Number 4. Making spare ribs right.
Making spirits bright. Jingle bells.
Jingle bells.
I can't believe you didn't go with the more traditional Batman smells.
He's making a list of chicken and rice.
Santa Claus coming to town.
Excellent, well done. Deck of cards with Buddy Holly.
Deck the halls.
Yes. And your final Mondegreen, Barney's the King of Israel.
Born is the King of Israel, which is Noel.
Noel.
The first Noel.
The first Noel, well done.
Well done.
So much better than the sequel. So much better than the sequel.
All of the Noels.
That last one was Born is the King of Israel is the actual...
So it's not Barney.
It's not Barney. No, Barney is not the King of Israel, although if he was, he'd look like this.
That's pretty good.
I didn't see that one coming.
After that round, Miff, James and Rover on 21 points. Alan, Belinda and Hamish still out in front on 28 points.
At the end, when wrong answers will take
Right. Now, at some point, most of us would have received a bike for Christmas. So the sixth round of Christmas is Malvern Stars on 45. Each team will have to identify Christmas songs that are being played by a bicycle-powered record player. Now, for tonight's Christmas show, I've got a present for everyone. Oh. I've organised special guest cyclists for you all.
Oh, thanks
To save you the hard work at Christmas, Alan, Belinda and Hamish, your guest cyclist for tonight is Commonwealth Games gold medalist Kerry Mears.
Yes!
I don't know if you need the aerodynamic helmet. You might not move.
I've got to set a good example
That's
for the
true.
kids.
Road safety.
As we're walking around,
when you're on your
just
bike.
these jangling things, gold medals. Yeah.
Oh, they are
Oops,
too.
oops, are they making noise? Oops. That'll be my gold medals. Oops.
Oh, well, I'll have to take them off and give them to you while I'm on the bike.
Oh, okay.
It's just the
Hello.
aerodynamics of what I have to do, so... Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you were going to give them to me.
Down your pants with the CD.
Yeah. These are for you, Mum. Lovely.
Now, Kerry, are you in training at the moment for the Commonwealth Games?
Yes, definitely in training.
You know,
Heavy
if
training
it's-
at the moment.
There would have been something wrong if you'd said no.
Yes, no.
Nah, it's a couple of months away, Adam. I'll just wait. I'm sure I'll bring it on today. All right, Kerry, 45 seconds on the clock. If you would like to
Say
put
it
on your aerodynamic
We just
helmet.
scream it out.
We just scream it out.
Okay.
Fantastic. On your marks, get set, go.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No.
Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman. Well done. Next one, please, Gary.
White Christmas.
White Christmas. Next one.
I married Mr. Snowman.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Yes,
Walking
well
in
done,
the
Belinda.
Wonderland,
Next
yeah.
one, Gary.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yes, exactly, by Bing Crosby.
Yes, I got one.
Song 5.
To say I love you.
I know this one.
Hark the Herald Angels sing.
Less gas, less gas. Well done, Kerry.
The songs you got were Frosty the Snowman, White Christmas, Winter Wonderland. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That last song was O Little Town of Bethlehem by Jim Neighbours. You got 4 points there. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Kerry Mears.
Thank you, Kerry.
Good luck. Thank you.
Miff, James and Rove, it's your turn. And your guest cyclist tonight is Commonwealth Games watcher, comedian Dave O'Neill.
Under 14 amateur BMX competition. I came third, guys. I actually bought this today. It cost me $20. So,
Look, I must protest. He's clearly on equine growth hormone.
And Dave, exactly what is that around your neck?
That's a wagon wheel. Yeah. Oh no, it's made out of wood. It's awesome. That's horrible. Hang on a sec. Got something for the ladies. Here we go. It's serious time.
Oh, no.
Do not rip off that
All right.
Right, Dave, you have 45 seconds on the clock.
These bike pants have got padding. It's like wearing a nappy. It's,
I'm so glad we're sitting on this side.
let's see if they work. Cool.
Hang on, excuse me. My wife is undressing you with her eyes.
I'm actually dressing you with my eyes.
I'm undressing him with a can opener.
I can't concentrate.
All right.
Oh, look at me. I look like Sergeant Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. I know nothing! Hogan!
Santa, get ready with the timer. Your time starts now.
Sorry, read the prop.
Go a bit faster, Dave.
Bloody hell!
The theme from Denver.
Joy to the world. Next song.
Keep pedaling.
To save us all from Satan's
Something Italian.
when we were gone astray.
God rest you, merry gentlemen.
God rest you, merry gentlemen. Next one, please, Gary.
Outside is frightful.
Let it snow.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow by Doris Day. Next song.
I just said it once. We're rushed.
I've been stabbed. I'm spurting blood.
Did they know it's Christmas?
Yes, you got that one.
Live
4
Aid.
songs out of 4. Well done, Dave O'Neill.
That sounded like the Chipmunks version.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was one of the finest athletic performances we've ever seen on Spicks and Specs. Please thank Dave O'Neill.
Oh, thank you.
Just to wrap up there, those songs were Joy to the World, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, and Do They Know It's Christmas Time? 4 points for Miff, James and Rove, which means the scores at the end of that round are Miff, James and Rove on 25, Alan, Belinda and Hamish still out in front on 32 points.
Keeping our 7-point bucker.
The 7th round of Christmas is a slightly different version of Substitute. Now, normally, one member of each team has to sing well-known songs using the lyrics of an unrelated piece of text, while their teammates try to work out what the songs are. Tonight, we've got some professionals on board. The National Children's Choir have been rehearsing Christmas tunes all afternoon with the help of their own competing conductors, comedy duo Colin Lane and Frank Woodley. Come on down! How are they looking? You happy, Cole?
Beautiful.
Yep. Frank, you happy with your...
Yeah, they're baking here. It's not really that appropriate for Australia to be all rugged up like that. 45 degrees, they're going to be sweating like pigs. But
You know, you do look a lot like Fagin with some urchins.
I don't know any of the songs from that. I really wish I did.
Now, the choirs have rehearsed the tunes. Their lyrics, though, will be drawn from the highlights and lowlights of 2005. Colin, you'll be conducting first for Alan, Belinda and Hamish.
Yes.
Which text will you be using first?
This is the text from Russell Crowe's apology for the telephone incident at a New York hotel.
Excellent.
Yes. So are you ready, children? OK, here we go. And my command.
I'm in a lot of trouble now. I'm at the bottom of the well.
I can't communicate how dark my life is right now. I know it's my fault. I'll cop what I have to cop. I'm pretending at you, but I've got no excuse.
That was, of course, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and I believe We Wish You is in brackets on that. Because we need double points being this far ahead.
Let me just check. Yep, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Hamish, you need a life.
Yeah. And if you really, if with the Russell Crowe thing, you should have thrown that at the kids.
Frank, you'll be conducting for Miff, James and Rove. What text are you using first?
We're doing the industrial relations legislation. OK, here we go.
To be entitled to sick leave, the employer must give the employer a medical certificate from a medical practitioner. In accordance with this section, the medical certificate must be given to the employer as soon as reasonably practicable.
What was that, sorry?
Red-nosed reindeer.
Sorry, Miff?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
It was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Well done.
Correct, well played. Colin and Choir, what's your second text?
It's quotes from George Bush in the year 2005.
Excellent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The relations with Europe are important relations. And they because we do share values. And they are universal values and not American values. And so that means that the values universal ought to be applied everywhere.
Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
It was Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Well played, everyone. Frank, back to you.
Hey,
What are
can
you
I
going
just
to be...
take the opportunity to introduce, we've got Kate, Lachlan, Tim, Vicky, Cherie and Bren in my team. So can I have another round of applause for these?
Yeah, sure. Can we just thank Rhiannon and Jamie and Tara and Eliza and Lauren and Shannon? Come on, let's hear it for them.
And my gang are going to sing an excerpt, I love that word, excerpt, from the Latham Diaries.
I'm living on the edge, doing crazy things to alleviate the boredom of parliamentary life. Since my tax on the Tory leaves, some people have wanted me to go further to really unlearn.
Away in a manger.
It was Away in a Manger. Fantastic
Beautifully
work.
sung. Nice, beautiful, moving, stirring.
Colin, your final song for Alan, Belinda and Hamish, please.
Yes, it's a very sad piece. The scorecard from the fifth test of the Ashes this year. All right, here we go. Give it your all.
Yeah.
Rhiannon, I'm looking at you.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Such a shy girl.
In the fifth test at the Oval, Australia's first innings was Langer, Borehams and Hayden, LBW, Ponting, Courts, Trust, Martin, LBW, Clark, LBW, Hattie, LBW, Gilchrist, LBW, Court, Charles McGrath, Take not that one. Oh, that was 367.
What was the song?
It was the 12 Days of Christmas.
It was exactly the 12 Days of Christmas. Finally, for Miff, James and Rove. Frank, bring us home.
This is the poem that Beck wrote Leighton to celebrate their nuptials. Ready, guys?
I really don't know where to start, but I definitely know you've captured my heart. It started that night you called me out to see if I'd claim the starlight card. Way back then, little did we know that our love for each other would grow and grow.
You did well, though. That was, I think, Silent Night?
It was
in parentheses, Holy Night.
It was Silent Night in parentheses, Holy Night.
There
well
we go.
done.
Nice job.
Can we please have a round of applause for our two lots of children and, of course, the National Children's Choir. After that fantastic round, the scores are Miff, James and Rove on 28 points, Alan, Belinda and Hamish still out in front on 35 points. There are 7 points the difference. Alan, Belinda, Hamish, Miff, James, Rove. It's 1 point for a correct answer, 1 point off for a wrong answer.
Oh, okay.
Your questions start now.
there, Rove.
When did good... Yes?
The Feast of Stephen.
Yes.
The question you were looking for was, when did good King Wenceslas look out?
That was exactly the question I was looking for. Thank you, Rove. Your next question. The most famous Christmas ballet is The Nutcracker. Yes?
Tchaikovsky.
The rest of the question was, who wrote it? It was Tchaikovsky.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Next question. True or false? Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is a real song title.
True.
True, it's by the Irish Rovers. Your next question. O Tannenbaum is the German title.
Hey, whoa. Oh, Christmas tree. O being German for O, and Tannenbaum being German for Tree of Christmas.
That's exactly right. It's the German title for which well-known carol, O Christmas Tree. Pop punksters, no doubt, even took a stab at Christmas with what to the world?
Joy to the world?
No, they were a punk group. It was Oi to the world. OK, I want you to listen to this and tell me to what choral work does it belong?
Oh. It's the Alleluia chorus.
From Handel's Messiah.
Handel's Messiah. Well done, Al.
Teamwork.
How many drummers drumming did my true love give to me?
Is it 11 drummers
I know
drumming?
it's 5 gold rings.
It's 9 ladies leaping. Oh, they're
7
all
lords
leaping.
are
Who's
leaping.
leaping? Ladies or lords?
7 lords are leaping.
Write it up.
11 drummers drumming.
It's 12 drummers
thought so,
drumming.
yes.
According to the Hoodoo Guru's Christmas song, who never made it to Darwin on Christmas in 1974?
Yeah. Santa.
Alan thinks Santa.
No, it was Tojo never made it to Darwin. Who wrote White Christmas?
Not Barry White, because that...
Betty White.
It wasn't... Bing Crosby sang it, didn't he? So...
He wrote it. He
Did
wrote
Bing
it.
Crosby write it
Yes,
as
he
well?
did.
No, it was Irving Berlin.
Oh.
Can we lose? Is it possible to lose?
OK, songbird Mariah Carey had a hit in 1994 with which... Yes?
All I Want for Christmas is You.
Yes, well done,
Oops.
Rove. Your final...
You know, I was playing footy in that, and the missus had it on, the missus had it on.
This is your final question. A point to the team that can belt out the famous Bono line from Do They Know It's Christmas?
For tonight, so tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
That's an interesting definition of the term belt out.
So tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
Yes, that's a point.
After singing that, I feel incredibly self-righteous.
Let's check the scores at the end of the reindeer games. The scores are Miff, James and Rove had 31 points. Alan, Belinda and Hamish, 35. Another Christmas miracle.
We lost Belinda in the heart.
Would you please thank all our guests for tonight, Belinda Emmett, Hamish Blake, James Morrison and Rove McManus. And of course, our two team captains, Alan Bro and Miff Warhurst. Now, before we say goodnight on a very specky Christmas, Al and Miff, I've organised some presents for each of you this year.
It's very nice.
If Elf Scott and Elf Simon would like to bring the presents over here, please, guys.
Oh,
Miff,
my
if you'd like to open your present first.
Thank you.
That's, you know, I've put a lot of thought in. Thank you to Santa for helping me out with this one.
Miff's elf gave her a little kiss when she opened them.
Oh! It's Kenny.
That's right. Knowing your love of men with beards and hairy chests, that can go up on your wall. Merry Christmas, Miff. Alan, would you like to open your present?
I'd love to.
Oh yeah, for Christmas this year, I'm giving you a second chance at playing the Little Drummer Boy. Tonight you'll be accompanied by Santa, his elves and Casey Donovan. My name's Adam Hills. Thanks for watching Spicks and Specks. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night, Australia.
Come, they told me, pa-dum-pa-pum-pum. A newborn king to see, pa-dum-pa-pum-pum. How finest gifts we bring, pa-dum-pa-pum-pum. To lay before the king, pa-dum-pum-pum-pum, pa-dum-pum-pum-pum, pa-dum-pum-pum. So to honor him, pa-dum-pum-pum-pum, when we Little baby, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I am a poor boy too, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I have no gift to bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. To lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Shall I play for you, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, on my drum? Then he smiled at me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, me and my drum, me and my drum, me and my
Thank you all very, very much for coming. Have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you all next year. Good night.